and I'm going to tell a story time. So really quickly, I opened up my first salon in 20. I'm in an area that is underserved when it comes to. I'm so sorry. I think my phone was on the Wi-Fi, and now I'm on the data. Anywho, there is no natural hair care providers in here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I didn't pick natural hair. Natural hair picked me. I was working in a salon. I was working in a 6-chair salon as a rookie coming out of hair school, and I had no clients. The ladies in the salon, these older women, anywhere between late 30s all the way into their 50s and 60s, none of these women 10 years ago in 2014 was like, oh yeah, I do natural hair. They all was like, nah, I don't know what that is. I'm not doing it. That new girl, that girl with the afro over there, she does natural hair. Okay, that's how it happened. And so one client turned into 5, 10, dozens, hundreds later. I became a natural hair expert. I became an educator because while I was doing everyone's hair, I realized that, and I hope that y'all can hear me okay, I realized that no one knew how to take care of their hair, let alone take care of their natural hair. So the niche that I grew into within my business actually was given to me. Hey, how you doing? I never really have people on here while I'm on here, so I'm so thankful for you being here. So if you're new here, my name is Jamila Evans, and I thank you for watching. I thank you for being a subscriber. If you are, if you're not, girl, subscribe. I am a natural hair educator here in Fayetteville, and I'm just telling the story about how I opened up a 6-chair salon 6 months before the pandemic, and I had to close it down. So I'm giving you some backstory right now about how I got into natural hair in 2014. So first year in the salon with these 6 older seasoned stylists, and none of them did natural hair, so they passed them all along to me, the rookie, and then it just multiplied. So I got to the point where I actually was in school at the time. So let's back up one more time, okay? I have ADHD. I go on tangents all the time, but as long as I can bring myself back around, the story will all make sense, okay? Every now and again, I may tell a bit of story, and I'll be like, why did I tell this? But other than that, I'm gonna come back around. So let's back up to when I stopped going to school. I almost failed out of the university. I was an accounting major at Fayetteville State, and I was not doing well. This semester in particular, I had lost my scholarship. My mama didn't know I had lost my scholarship. I was so embarrassed and like just ashamed of the fact that as smart as I was not doing well in school. So mid-semester this particular year, I was like, you know what? I'm almost 21. Me and my mom weren't having the best of relationships, and I knew that I was grown and that I needed to take care of myself. So I was like, you know what? I know what I know how to do, and I know that I have a strong passion for hair. So I just abruptly stopped going to class. I didn't know the importance of withdrawing. I actually received all F's this semester, and I signed up for a cosmetology school at Paul Mitchell here. Fast forward a year later, that year was crazy. I had this crazy behind boyfriend. I had to go to court behind him. It was chaotic, all right? This sounds like it would be a great story. Oh, girl, buckle up. I could go into story time with that crazy ex. We can come back for round 2, but we're just going to try my very, very best to stay straight ahead on why I closed my salon. There's my life. I don't think I'm special, but baby, it's some stories over here, and I think I'm pretty animated enough to tell them. So anywho, dropped out of university, went to hair school, finished hair school, and then I had 3 more semesters left at Fayetteville State. Moved back on campus for a semester and really hunkered down and focused. At the time, I did not know I had ADHD. I had not been diagnosed with it. I recently, just this year, 10 years later, was diagnosed with ADHD. And so it was one of the reasons that I had poor time management, was very impulsive. Even though I was as smart as can be, smart as a bookworm, that the going to college was a struggle for me because I did not have a discipline of time management. Because K through 12, they make you go to school for a time frame, but in university you can select your schedule, and I was trying to do the least, okay? I finished those 3 semesters. I'm so proud. I knew that if I started, if I had all that student debt piled up, still piled up, girl, you better finish this. cut and color. I wanted to be a blinding specialist. I wanted to cut and color, and that was it. Okay, baby, I wanted to. So just like women get fills on their nails, okay, you grow a little bit of cuticle, a little bit of nail out at the base, and you need a refill every 2 weeks, right? People who are not naturally blind, brunettes and things of that nature, they want people to think that they blind. Okay, so just like a nail refill, people go and get their hair blinded, and that's what I wanted to focus on. And I really actually was pretty good at it. I am good at it. I realized in hair school I was really good at it, and I wanted to do that. So complete other end of the spectrum, I'm now a natural hair educator. So I got such a large demand in that same salon, so I moved to Charlotte after I graduated. So I finished those 3 semesters. I had finished hair school, went back to college, finished those 3 semesters. I hope y'all are tracking. I'm so sorry if it's all around the world, but this is how the stories go. My grandmother, I was still coming back to Fayetteville. So Charlotte and Fayetteville are about 3 hours away. So I may have to come back on here because someone is calling me, and my husband's calling me, and I might have to come back on here, but hopefully he'll end up texting me if it's really, really important. What was I gonna say? Came back from Charlotte because I was in a relationship. My grandmother needed my assistance, and I had up and quit my job at AT&T. Another story time. So back in Fayetteville, the same salon I used to work in, I decided to go back into, but instead of being on the floor, I got a suite. Got that suite, rebrand Hair by Mila to Texture that you see now, Texture TV that you see now. I rebranded it, working with a guy in Charlotte, and it just took off. Like, natural hair education and the way I styled hair, like, it just, I had a high demand. So decided that I wanted to be able to actually capture that demand, and moved on in getting a salon. So I actually am going to call my husband back. I think this is a good stopping place, especially because I'm also pulling up to see my mom right now. If this is interesting enough, please leave me a comment below. If you're new here, again, I'm Jamila Evans. Please subscribe. I am a natural hair educator. I am also a beauty business coach. So if you are a beauty brand, lashes, nails, waxing, skin, whatever, hair, if you are in the beauty industry and you need assistance with your branding and growing your business and getting more clients, that's what I am specializing in, and that is what this page is about. So I speak to the clients, I speak to the stylists, but I'm going to get off and do a part 2 for this. But remember that we are at the point where I'm growing out of my suite. I have so much demand that I can no longer take people in my suite, and I need an assistant, and I'm looking for a salon space. Okay, thank y'all for joining this live, and I'll be back in a second if my mom's not yelling and screaming. Hey y'all coming in here. I don't know who these 3 people is, and I know 3 ain't a lot, but I know who y'all are. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to pop off because I'm just pulling up at my mom's house and my husband called me. But just to keep y'all, catch y'all up if y'all just getting on here, I was in university at Fayetteville State in 08. I was fucking up. I was messing up real bad. Decided to quit mid-semester to go to hair school at Paul Mitchell. Completed a year of hair school. Had the crazy relationship in my life. I had to take this man to court. And then I finished up those last 3 semesters at Fayetteville State, got my degree, moved to Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte was amazing, but I up and quit my job at AT&T because I don't like being micromanaged. That is a story time in itself. Moved back to Fayetteville for several reasons. I was in a relationship. I was taking care of my grandmother who has health issues, and from there I got such a large demand with natural hair care that I needed to open a salon. I opened this salon 6 months before the pandemic. We had a 3-month government shutdown here in Fayetteville, and so a lot of things led to me closing my salon, but I will tell part 2 of that story in just a moment. All right, thank y'all for joining, and please subscribe. I'll see y'all in a second. Okay.